Hello, brothers and sisters and Heartdwellers family. The past few days have been a struggle in various ways, and I've just been really missing Jesus. Longing for him, to see him, be with him like I used to. He truly is the one who fulfills me and makes me whole in all things. And I received a rhema a couple days ago about when constellations are taken, that he will bring them back when it's most useful for me. So I now understood the dryness and was willing to persevere in it. All the songs he played this morning were encouraging to let everything go, to place my burden at his feet, and to let go of control, simply to abandon myself again to him. So after receiving the Lord this morning, I came before him. Hello, good morning, Lord. I come to lay my burdens before you, and thank you for your wholeness and healing my heart, and strengthening me to persevere through my uncertainties. Jesus began. I'm here, beloved one. Oh, Jesus, how I've so missed you. Seeing your face, being held by you, and comforted. I miss our time so much. Well, I'm never far off, beloved. I'm still available for you. When I remove constellations, it's not so you'll be punished, but rather I am disciplining you. Look up the word discipline, beloved. So I looked it up and it read, the definition of discipline, the practice of training people to obey rules or code of behavior using punishment to correct disobedience. And I thought, Lord, it says punishment. But something nudged me to go a bit deeper. And there was a recommended drop-down that popped up on Google saying, what is the real meaning of discipline? To train or develop by instruction and exercise especially in self-control. To bring a group under control, disciplining troops. I thought, I see where Jesus is going. Jesus continued. You see here what the description says? Thank you for going a bit deeper. Discipline is not always a form of punishment, but rather an exercise to train a soul. So that rhema you received a few days ago, you immediately felt under condemnation, and you've been there for a while, beloved. Anytime you're under condemnation, you know very well the demons of insecurity, fear, scrupulosity, anxiety, and discouragement fall to pull you down. If the devils can keep you down, then you can't look up at me or anyone else. You have no courage to move forward, but rather paralyzed within yourself and circumstance, and it translates to everyone else around you. They condemn you, so you then can condemn others. Hence the accusations they have been throwing at you concerning your marriage, ministry, and all my demands that I have graced you to do. Once and for all, beloved, embrace your misery, your weakness. And when you came to me today as you did, humble, contrite, and asking for my help, I run to your aid, to pull you up to myself by my grace, to restore your strength and hope once again. I'm training you, beloved, not only in lasting perseverance, patience, endurance, gratitude, but ultimately to fight the good fight of faith and to finish, endure until the end. All my brides are still in training. So many of you have been wearing battle, but the battle itself is training, my beloved ones. Suffering, although painful, has a purpose. The way you respond to the trials of this life can help you grow in grace and faith, or cause you to become bitter and resentful. Many times the latter happens, but I'm training my brides to take a different approach. When you trust me, knowing that all is permitted, ordained by my hands, you can trust no matter how long the dark night is, no matter how various the trials and temptations, that I'm working it out for your good. My brides, you're gaining spiritual muscles, in places you've never had them before. Trust me. Then the scripture in Joel 2 popped in my mind, so I looked it up. Joel 2 verses 7 through 11. At the sight of them, nations are in anguish. Every face turns pale. They charge like warriors. They scale walls like soldiers. They all march in line, not swerving from their course. They do not jostle each other. Each marches straight ahead. They plunge through the defenses without breaking ranks. They rush upon the city. They run along the wall. They climb into houses. Like thieves, they enter through the windows. Before them the earth shakes, but heavens tremble. The sun and moon are darkened, and the stars no longer shine. The Lord thunders at the head of his army. His forces are beyond number, and mighty is the army that obeys his command. The day of the Lord is great. It is dreadful. Who can endure it? Jesus continued, the army of locusts referenced in Joel can be likened to that of my brides. You are warriors, although so small in the eyes of men, and even your own eyes, which is a good place to be. You wonder, can your life be used for anything? I tell you, it is being used now, and will continue to be used at a greater measure in the times ahead. I'm not just looking for souls who do great exploits, but great men, women, and children of faith. The times ahead will be so very dark that it seems as though the heavens are closed. because it will be the time for darkness to reign, the time where Satan and the Antichrist and his servants will be given all dominion over the entire world, and even the church. But in the end I will prevail, for the gates of hell will not prevail against my church. Matthew 6:18. However, in those times who will stand? Luke 18:7-8. And shall not God avenge his own elect, which cry day and night unto him, though he bear long with them? I tell you that he will avenge them speedily. Nevertheless, when the Son of Man cometh, shall he find faith on the earth? As it is written, if the time were not shortened, even the elect would be deceived. Matthew 24:22. So you see, beloved ones, when I come back in my second coming, will I find faith on the earth? That is how bad it will be. So horrific will be the events, creatures, and beings that men's hearts will fail them because of terror. Many will leave the church in droves because they never put their faith in me. They were never taught how to suffer, to embrace suffering, to count it all joy and persevere, endure, and be patient in trials and tribulation. They were never taught, and because of it, many will fall away. But you, my beloved doves, I'm preparing and training you in that now. So it bears repeating, do not look for relief in this life, but look for my gaze, my love, my embrace that will be a source of strength and consolation for you. I'm training my brides to be a mighty warrior army ready for war. You will march in perfect formation, which is perfect love, that you may be lacking in nothing. You will not swerve from the course that I will lead you on, because you've come to trust me as your good shepherd, even when it looks impossible. You will not jostle one another, but each will proceed in their own path, because you would have come to know my spirit, and know that there's one spirit with different members, with different gifts, and that you need one another. There'll be no competition or jealousy formed among the ranks. Each will know its place, love their place, and encourage one another in the gifts, because it benefits me, my body, my church, and you as well. You will burst through every defense the enemy has set up without ever breaking ranks. You will storm cities with the fire of my spirit and the fire of my love and the outpouring of my power. Running you will not grow faint, and climbing you will not be weary, because I've taught you, my brides, that when you speak to the mountain and it's not removed, sometimes you have to climb it, and you have climbed because you suffered. You travailed in prayer, rejoiced in hope, persisted, endured in your tribulation, and have been long-suffering with the mountains before you, until they were removed. And because you loved me, and not abandoned your cross, your faith has been tried like fire and gold. Unbendable, untainted, and strong you will be, to withstand every type of device and evil and diabolical intimidation that will reign in the time of darkness, because you've been trained. So every tear, suffering, anguish of your soul, sickness, disappointment, attacks of your mind, body, and soul, every form of persecution the devils have barraged you with is working out for your good. They're tools and instruments I'm using to form you, chisel you, and mold you into strong warriors you become. Although in their pride they don't realize they're working for me, and you, for my glory. Don't get discouraged by your trials, my brides. Endure and be trained. And that was the end of Jesus' message.